A group of human rights activists will today present a petition to the County Assembly Speaker over the pollution of River Kibos. So the activists are accusing Kibos Sugar Factory of disregarding several warnings to stop discharging raw waste into the river.
Kibos Sugar has been on the spot intermittently for pollution, with Environment CS Kiriako Tobiko mandating NEMA to investigate the matter. Let's now get more details from Laura Otieno, who is joining us live from Kisumu. Laura, do we know what time that they're expected to present their petition to Kisumu's County Assembly? And do we have any idea if sort of the number that will sort of favor the human rights as opposed to those that are favoring Kibos, as we wait for investigations by NEMA to be carried out?
Well, indeed, Zinzi, by around 11 a.m. they should be at the County Assembly, because they're making a procession from Akachok area, marching all the way into town, and then they will be meeting the County Speaker, Elisha Oraro, to be presenting their petition. And it's a huge number of activists. We don't have the number exactly, but then there have been concerns, especially from residents who live around Kisumu West area, about the concerns by pollution of River Kibos, which serves about 100,000 residents that live around that catchment area. Remember, Kisumu has a water stress of about 40%. Therefore, there is still a very huge population that depends on natural water bodies such as rivers and lakes to get water for domestic use. And as indeed you have rightly put it, Kibos Sugar have been on the spot several times over pollution. We saw the Environment CS Kiriako Tobiko earlier in the year mandating NEMA to carry out meticulous investigations into the matter, where several people have accused Kibos Sugar of polluting that river. Remember, Kibos Sugar also houses, that particular facility has a number of industries operating within it, including a distillery and a paper mill. So those two sections, the distillery and the paper mill, were shut down a couple of months back, but then they were up in operations later on after trying to streamline their compliance. And also, about 2 months ago, we saw the Environment Court here in Kisumu ordering the complete shutdown of Kibos for pollution. But then it's a matter that we will not delve into because Kibos acquired stay orders as their Court of Appeal pens the determination of that particular case of closure by Kibos. So, of course, we will be speaking later on to the activists on what exactly will be the particulars of their petition, because Kibos Sugar has, in their defense, during that case of closure, had indicated that they have offered employment to about 4,000 people. Therefore, its complete closure would be affecting the community around that area. But then now, Zinzi, the bigger question is, between the jobs that they're offering and what the human rights defenders are calling endangering the lives of people that depend on River Kibos, they will have to weigh and see which side the seesaw will be falling on in terms of determining whether Kibos Sugar will be viable for operations. Kibos Sugar is also one of the giant private millers operating within the Western Kenya sugar belt. We have Kibos Sugar and West Kenya, which are usually a reprieve for farmers, for cane farmers, in terms of supply of cane after the collapse of public millers. So, of course, it is an interesting case because there is pollution on one hand and is the offering of jobs on the other hand. So, of course, it will also be interesting to see how the County Assembly will be handling that matter, considering that they are about the well-being of residents of Kisumu. And remember, I've also said that there's the health hazard on one side, and then there is also the matter of providing employment. Kibos Sugar had also indicated that they understand the environmental hazard that some of their byproducts goes to the environment, and they had indicated that they'll be setting up a fertilizer plant to absorb some of the waste materials and doing some value addition to basically try and curb pollution. So, of course, it is a very interesting matter, and of course we will be looking into the details of that particular petition by the human rights activists to see also how the County Assembly will be moving forward with the matters of pollution of Kibos River. Zinzi.
Laura Otieno there. She says 11 a.m. is when the human rights activist group is supposed to appear before the Kisumu County Assembly. We'll be keeping an eye on that story.